Hey everybody, welcome back to my playthrough of Everything Lost. My name is Kurt, aka the Vitruvian Gamer, and Everything Lost is a game by Thomas Janssen and Elven Ear Games. So, I left you with kind of a cliffhanger last time. We were about to try to claim the building that we were in this, what was it again? Where were we? I think we were in the theater. Yes, in the theater. And we are trying to claim it. So, again, to claim a building, we are going through this door and then onto the next room. So let's see how big this theater actually is. So, in order to do this, we just draw the top building card and we look at the left door on that card and see what happens. And we are looking actually for one of these cleared claim action doors. So let's hope we can find one soon. So, one card, turn it around. Oh boy, there it is. We're lucky. We're quite lucky here. So we do have one. So that means we're already done. So there was nothing in the theater anymore. So I already showed you last time. It could be anything. It could be just empty. It could be building materials that you find. It could raise the mob by 1. It could be threat raised. You could find antidotes. So it can be anything. But this time we already cleared the theater. Now, in order to finish clearing a building, so actually also you want to try to clear a building when you do have building materials, because it will cost you 1 building material. So that's what I spent, and now I can write down. So first of all, we successfully broke into the theater, and also now we claimed it. So let's write it here, claim. So that's it. Now in the future I can, once this game, I can do a rest action in this zone without having to raise threat and without doing an event. So that's pretty interesting, of course. But for now, we still have 4 dice left. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 zones that we explored. We need 1 more. So maybe it's time to, well, to keep exploring. Now I have two options, well, 3 if you want to go that way, but we could go left or right, north, west or east. And I was thinking about going west maybe, because then I can go south by spending 3 dice, though, to go here, because you're going off-road. But still, it might be cool, because then I would skip. So let's see, that's 1, 2 steps, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So I might want to figure out what's in here before and maybe I can go off-road. Might be a good idea. To do so. So I'm going to travel. I could still try to find the heavy weapons, or if there are any, in this building here, in the army building. But at this moment we don't really need heavy weapons. That's probably the higher level ones, which I cannot use yet. So let's try and figure out what's in the west by first doing a threat check. So threat check, we roll a black die. We need a roll of 5 or 6 in order not to have an attack. We have some dice, so that's cool. So we rolled a 4, so that's an attack. So we again take one of these 3 mob cards, and let's see what we have. We have a crowd. All right, so what does this say? So first we see what our level is, our threat level, which is 4 plus our own level 5. So 5 means the second row, which means 3 zombies that we have to fight. They have toughness of 3. They do 1 damage and they give 1 experience if we manage to defeat them. So let's do this. First of all, we get a red die. We always get a red die. Now, how many will we? I think I'm going for the 50-50 here. I'm going for 2 dice as well. We cannot forget we have a weapon now. We have a melee weapon, which gives us +1 on our highest roll. All right, let's go. Let's do this first round. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, we have some 2 high rolls for the zombies, and some disappointing rolls for us. So, first of all, this 5 is a 6 actually. And this one is too low. The 2 is too low to hit anything because they have toughness 3, even though this is a 1. So the only thing we can do in this case is use this 3 to eliminate this die and use this 5 to, or a 6 actually, to put this in the down spot. This one I cannot use, so that means the first round we eliminate 1 die, so that's cool, but we also get 1 hit, and that's -1 health. So that's not great. So let's see, what can we do? Well, we'll see. We have 2 opponents left. We still have, where is my, oh yeah, we still have 3 dice, of course. So let's see, round 2. Okay, oh, they rolled a 6, which I don't like at all, but we still, again, this one is a 6 because of our knuckles here. So let's see, we have a 3 and a 6. Oh, now we'll have to choose, folks. Oh man, I rolled back poorly. So I could lower this 6 to the down spot, so I don't get a hit. I could also use the 6 to eliminate this die, but then I go down to 2 life points, which is, of course, not great. We do have bandages, which I believe they heal you by 1 if you eat. If you don't eat them, of course. If you use them. So I think I can still risk it for now. Hopefully. Will I though? The problem is, if I put it like this, then I still have to defeat 2 dice next round. Yeah, I think I'm going to play safe, folks. I'm going to use this one to put this die here. The other ones are useless, sadly enough. So we go to round 3. There we go, round 3. Okay, what do we get here? We have a 5 again, so another hit. Ugh. A 1, which is very low, that's cool. And 2 dice only that are 3 or higher, so that's sad. So I will be able to, well, not get damaged, so I can use this 6 to lower this one. And I can use this 4 to put this in the eliminated spot. But sadly enough, well, luckily I don't get wounded, but I didn't defeat all of them, so I do not get the experience. And from now on, the zombies get +1 on the highest die because we flipped this card like this, and now the zombies are stronger. Oh boy, that's bad. That's bad. Oh, and these go here. Not good. This was not good. But hey, let's see what we find here, right? So first, of course, we draw a new building card to see what the road is all about, and it goes to the left. Which is possible, I guess. So it goes to the west, like this, and let's see what we get there. So we have 2 new buildings. Oh boy. And this goes away, and another building here. Let's see what we get. The first building is a 4, which means the police station. All right. Let's put that close to the gun shop, so they can buy their guns there if they need to, and they can also keep an eye on that place. Police. There we go. Let's put a sign there. And the other building, we can find weapons in the police station, maybe, and we can find heavy weapons in the bunker. Oh, that's pretty awesome! Right next to the army. What is going on in this town, man? It's a bunker. This is a strange little town. Okay, so here we are, a police station and a bunker, and some rubble. Which says, what can we learn? So we might want to do this and finally gets that level 2, which might be interesting. By the way, we fought against zombies, so we lowered the threat level by 1 because it says -1 here, so we shouldn't forget that. That's one that's a little bit easier to forget. Okay, 2 more dice left to use it for actions. We could try to break in for weapons. I'm not sure if that's really useful. I think we might just want to... Oh, we forgot also, I forgot to raise threat by 1. Oh boy. So it stays at 1, it goes back to 1, so that's okay. Oh man. So what are the options? I could do some stuff here. But I managed to do everything that I need to do at this moment. I do have 3 food, so I do have enough food to bring back home. I explored 5 zones now, so that's enough. And I claimed a building, so I can go home if I want to. But I don't have enough dice to go off-road. But I could, if I want, I could rest. So maybe I should do the rubble, rest, and then go home as soon as I can. Or I can go here and rest safely there, but then I have to take the long way around. So I think I'm going to do the shortcut, which means I still have 2 dice that I'm going to use in order to search the rubble. Our willpower is 5, so I need to roll a 5 or less with one of these dice. One is a 6, so maybe luckily that I rolled the second one. So we do manage to find something. It is it is not something good anyway. It is moaners. We roll the black die. 1 is bitten, 2 is health -1. Oh boy. It's a 4, so high enough to avoid that. Whew, man, that was not good. All right, back to resting, folks. We're going to rest. Remove the dice from the dice holding box and draw a new event. And the event is... if health is 1, it is 3, so that's okay. And mob +2. Alright, wow, the mob is pretty big. 4 cards. Ugh, I don't like that at all. And you wake up. You've been bitten. Remove the bitten marker. Oh boy. I can choose either to fight a zombie from the mob or to run away. Oh boy. Man, this would have been better opportunity. A rubble card gave me 2 building materials. Okay, what do I do here? I can fight the zombie, but I'm bitten, so it might be dangerous to do so. On the other hand, I don't want the mob to get big. So what happens when the mob gets too big, or when you raise threat past this 7, you get a mob attack, which is an attack of one of those zombies. But you have toughness 0, you fight for 1 round, and you deal with whatever you have. So that's that can be very painful. So maybe I still want to keep the mob under control a little bit, and maybe we manage to get some experience as well. So I might want to do that. So we have a lot of dice, so let's do it. We're going to fight. We're going to choose to fight the zombie from the mob, not the mob from the zombie. But we have to take care of this one. They have +1 on their highest die. And we have a crowd. Our threat level is 4 + 1 is 5. So we get 3 zombies again. They have toughness 3. Do 1 damage and give 1 experience. And they bite with 2 6s. Alright, so we get a red die. And I think, oh boy. Will I do this again? Will I risk doing this again? Because then I will still have 3 dice left to move here. Otherwise I have to rest again. So I think I'm going to use these dice and hopefully survive this this fight. Okay, we have a 6, that's a big one. A 5, that's a big one. And a 1. Alright. And we have 4, which becomes a 5, a 2, and a 3. Okay. Oh, there's not a lot that we can do in this first round, folks. So, again, this one is a 5 now, and so we can lower this to down, and we can use this 3 to eliminate this die, but we still get 1 damage. So we're down, we're going down. Okay. So round number 2. Oh boy. We have a 6, we have a 5, a 3, a 4, a 2. This 5 is actually a 6, but that's okay. And this 3 is here. Okay, so again, we can do this. This one can put this in down, and this 4 is high enough to eliminate this die. So we can go to round 3, this time without damage. So let's hope we can defeat this one steely die. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty good. They rolled a 1. We rolled a 4, 3, and a 2. So we can defeat this one, eliminate it even, winning the combat in 3 rounds. We only took 1 health loss, and we get 1 experience. So let's do that for sure. So this card will go away. The crowd is gone, and we lower threat by 1 after we fight this one, and we go to level 2. So what happens when we gain a level? The first thing we do is we put this back on at 0. So next time we need to go to 4 experience to gain another level, to go to level 3. We also take all the zombie cards of our new level, which means, in this case, let's take them here, all the level 2 zombies, which are these 3 screamers. We shuffle them in the deck, but we shuffle them together with, let's do it like this a little bit, with all the cards from the mob as well. So we have to remember there are 3 of them. We have 3 zombie cards. We shuffle them all together again. And we deal out 3 new cards in the mob. So there might be level 2s in there. We don't know. Okay. And then, very important, we circle here that we are level 2. So that will raise our threat level in the future. But we also get a skill. And now we have a couple of options. We could go for the burglar one. Then we have break +1 on break-in, which is pretty cool to get inside of buildings. And then we also, because we have both of these, we also would get the one in the middle, in between the barricade action, which allows us to, well, if we claim a building, I think, to protect us. But will we? Maybe we will, because it has been tough to breaking in, right? And we don't have our crowbar anymore. So yeah, let's become a burglar, which also means we have barricade. So that's pretty cool. And that's it. We level up, and yeah. So what does barricade do, if you want to know? So we can pay 1 building material to barricade the building we entered. So we mark it on the map as barricaded, and when we leave a zone with a barricade building and we end up in a fight, our toughness will be 6 until the end of the fight. So that's pretty cool. Also, if a mob attacks and you're in a zone with a barricaded building, you only roll half of the zombie dice rounded up. So that's pretty useful, right? If we want to do that in the future. But at this moment, we don't have any building materials, so it's not possible to do. So we used 2 dice. We have 3 left. We're not going to break in this time, folks. We still have our small weapon. Let's keep working with that. We will pay 3 dice to move to the next zone. And that's a very big risk that I'm taking. That now that oh no, we are going to a spot that we know, so that's cool. So if you go to a place where you've already been, that you already explored, you don't roll for threat. So I don't need to roll this die, because if I rolled 3 or lower, then we would have to fight with only 1 red die. But since we already know this place, we only need to draw a rebel card to raise threat. Oh, not a rebel card, I'm sorry. It is this one here. And we raise threat by 2. So it still has effect, because if it ever gets over 7, the mob attacks. But for now, it doesn't. So we're here again, where the gun shop is, where the shooting range was. We removed these buildings. But since we already been here, we don't draw new cards. So we already know what's in there, and we cannot explore these anymore as well. So, I was looking at this one here, the side mission that we had. Find 2 bandages. And then we can choose one of our weapons to be crafted. So we could upgrade this +2 on the highest roll. If multiple dice are the highest, they all gain +2. Ooh, that's not bad at all. But I forgot one thing when I got that side mission, folks. So I should have written down where this survivor was, where I found him, and I cannot remember anymore where it was. But you normally have to put it on your paper, and then in this case I have to go back to the survivor with these 2 bandages. So I don't know where it was, and I'm not going to take a detour to get there. So no, we're not going to do that. So we moved here. We are going to rest because we need dice. Well, we don't really need... Yeah, we need to pay 1 die to get in our house. So we definitely need at least 1 die. So let's rest. So we got our 5 dice back. And now, let's see. Alright, what do we have still? What can I still explain before this game ends? I think we can make it. But first of all, what I want to do is I think I'm going to use bandages in order to put this on the bitten spot. So now we're protected from anything that, well, that can happen here, I guess. Also, what else can we use this for? We can still use food and building materials and bandages for other things. And that is, in a fight, after rolling the dice, we can throw one of these things to distract the zombies, which means you pay the material or the bandage or whatever you want to throw at them, and then you can reroll any of your dice or any of the zombie dice. So that's pretty cool. So if you're in a pickle and you have some resources left that you might be able to use, and this, by the way, is here, I think, then you can throw something at them. Okay, so we're resting. So we got our 5 dice, and it says bitten but no bandages is dead. Really? Oh boy. So I think I was looking into the future, and luckily I'm not dead. Wow. Bitten and covered with bandages. Remove the bandages. So bandages are gone. And health -1. So I still get injured here. That's not good. And then mob +2. Wow, that's big. The mob is at full strength at this moment. Okay, what else do we have here? Suddenly you can hear the sound of a car horn close by. Wow. This is terrible, folks. So we have either health -1 and threat +1, or threat +2 and mob +1. Ooh, and we're so low in health. So we can still go lower. So each time we lose a health now, our willpower will go down. Sadly enough, at the end of the game, no, I don't think you keep your will. I'm not sure. Let's see. No, your willpower stays, resets depending on the scenario that you're playing. So yeah, I don't want the mob to attack me anymore at this moment, because they might hurt me even harder than only 1 damage. Although I don't want threat to rise by... Yeah, I don't want threat to raise by 2 either. So let's lose 1 health and go down on willpower, and threat goes up by 1. Oh man. So which means if I move here now, I don't have to roll for threat, but I still need to draw a card, and if that card says threat +2, I have a mob attack before I make it home. I do have a lot of dice. I could try and find some zombies, but that doesn't help me at all. So yeah, I think we'll see what happens. Okay, so we have a mob attack maybe. So let's see what happens. So we draw a new card because we're moving. We don't roll for threat. Yeah, folks, it says threat +2. Of course it does. So what will happen here is threat goes up by 1, would go up by 2, but it's not possible. So we get a mob attack. Okay, so in a mob attack, you count the number of cards or zombies in the mob, which is 5. It's the maximum you can get. If the number of zombies or cards there is lower than your current level, then you would still take the number of dice equal to your level. But in this case, it is 5. There's 5 zombies, folks. That's not good at all. Also, zombies, they have a toughness equal to my level, so they all have toughness 2, but they also do 2 damage, folks. Oh boy. Also, if you have a ranged weapon, you cannot use it in this mob attack. You're surprised and you don't have time to shoot. So we can take as many dice as we want. I still want to keep 1 because I want to enter my house when we make it here. That's what I want to do. So let's see what we can do. We're just going to roll 5 dice against 5 dice, folks, and every one that I cannot eliminate is a hit because I have toughness 0. Okay, wow. We didn't roll that best thing here. So we have 2 hits against us. This one, well, we have more hits because these are all hits. Oh man, which means I have to take them all down. This might be deadly. This might be lethal. So we have a 5 here. Okay, so let's use the 5. Well, yeah, to get at least 1 hit less. They have toughness 2, right? So we only need... So this one is not useful. Okay, so let's see. We try to block as many dice as we want. Also, this doesn't work in a mob attack. So let's just put this one here. We blocked. Actually, you don't put them in the eliminated or in the down spot. You just block as many as you can. So we're lucky that these are pretty low. So let's... we could re-roll some stuff, but is that necessary? If I can get a 6 on one of these dice, because for now, I can block everything but this one. I could throw some food at them and re-roll, but that's a risk. I will get 2 damage in this case because this one would not be blocked. So I would go down to 2 willpower. Yeah, it is what it is. So let's do it like this, folks. So I block 4 of them, but 1 gets through. He hits me twice, so willpower goes down twice because my... Oh, that's down already so low. Alright, so not good at all. I did have 1 left, right? So, what did I do? Did I roll 1 too many? If I did, I am so sorry. Okay, so what happens after this mob attack? We remove the mob, folks. The mob goes down to here, and also threat goes down all the way. We had our mob attack. That's painful enough, but we survived barely. Wow, we are so low, but we managed to get here. We still have 1 die left, which is the die that we will pay for to enter our house and, well, finish the scenario. So let's do that, folks. So we survived first scenario, the find yourself some food scenario, and then there are a couple of things you want to do to score points. And I'm going to take the rulebook here so I don't forget anything. So the rulebook tells you the end of mission part here. First, let's settle in. If our mission goals ask us to collect something, remove it now. Except if it's food. So we keep our food. That's perfect. If your mission goal promised you a reward, besides point, take it now. So we did get something. We managed to claim a building which allowed us to unlock a skill. So that's awesome. We can unlock another skill. So we could make scavenger or burgling even stronger, or we can take something else. Now I'm thinking about how will we take loyalty, or because if we take loyalty, we also get climb, and then we can do interesting stuff with I think maybe some of these rubble cards, or, well, I'm not sure, or some buildings that we can climb. I think it's probably buildings. So let's take a look at buildings. So yeah, we can climb buildings here. So that's pretty cool. I And climbing means when your health is 3 or more, we can pay 1 die to flip 1 zombie card in the map. So we can figure out what zombies are there in the stack by paying a die. So that's cool. If you have, yeah, that might be interesting. And then we can try to work our way to soldier and then reflex. So yeah, let's do this. Let's become a leader skill. Let's get the leader skill. That's pretty cool. So we get that reward. So that's the second step. Third step after a mission is if you have the antidote and you were bitten, cure the bite and remove the antidote. So no, it wasn't. I don't have antidote. Then use your bandages to cure your health. 1 bandage cures 1 health. So I guess I start with my health next time. Oh no, it's for the points, I think. Then use your building materials to repair your home. 1 building material repairs 1 spot on the track. I'm all out of building materials. Feed your survivors and yourself. So you feed your survivors. There are no survivors in this game, in this scenario yet. But also yourself, and it's 1 food for every 2 people. So I will eat 1. Now, unfed survivors, they will leave, and if you can't feed yourself, you get -2 on your health in the next mission. Then, if you have food left, which I do, add it to your willpower track. Okay, there we go. Now let's take a look at what we achieved. So now we're going to see how many points we score, and let's just write it down here on the paper. So when we are not bitten, we would gain 3 more points, but I was bitten, folks. I was bitten, so that's 0 points. Let's add this 0 here. If every antidote, every bandage, and every building material, and every food is worth a point. I get 2 food, so that's 2 points. Willpower and health, you add them together, 4 plus 2 in this case, so that's 6. You add and you multiply them by 2, so that's 12 points. Home status is at 2. You multiply that by 3, which is 6 points. Your level, I'm level 2, multiplied by 5, so that's 10 points. So it is good for points, and points matter at the end of the game to see how, if you played every scenario, to see how well you did and which type of survivor you are, starting from couch potato to king of the apocalypse. Number of survivors other than you, well, there are no other survivors possible in this scenario. Claim buildings times 2, so I claimed 1 building, so that's 2 points. Now, I'm not sure if they should take your house as a claim building, but I'm not sure, so I'm just taking the theater that I claimed. If you have a nickname, 5 points. So if you manage somehow to fill up all spots in 2 rows of skills, you get a nickname. Like if I raise scavenging and burglar once more, then I will be the builder of strongholds. But that's 0 points in this case, again. Then the number of successful side missions. I did not complete a side mission. I did have the bandages at the time, but I couldn't bring them to them, so 0 points. Normally you multiply the number of successful missions, side missions, by 3, and then the mission points. So that's the card again, this one here. So we would gain 20 points to bring home 2 food, 20 points to explore 5 zones, and those were mandatory. And we also get the 10 points for claiming a building, so that's 50 points, which adds up to 82, which is, if that was my score after all the scenarios, if I managed to survive, I would be a zombie series binge watcher, which is the second lowest score. So I didn't do great, but that's normal, although we ended up pretty low with some stats at the end. But it's pretty normal. You're still new to this, and you're not so very strong, so I think the next scenarios would be more important to get that score up. Okay, so what else would you do before you go to a new scenario? Well, then you will write, well, if you're going to stop, then you go to write up everything that you did. So your weapons, you can write down which weapon you have, your home status, how high it is, you can write it down. So we cleared one building. We are bitten, so we have to remember that we are bitten, so that's not good. Our experience points, we're at 0, we ended at 0, and our survival points was our scores at the end of the game, so that was 82. So I will write everything down here, and if you have side missions, you can also write these down and check them if you managed to clear them. So that's what I'm going to do as well. I think every card has a number to it. Yeah, so I got card side mission number 2 and I didn't clear it. For example, if you have any survivors, you can write down their name, their loyalty and stuff like that. And then you can, well, stop playing, which is what I'm going to do at this moment. And then next time you know what happened and you take a new paper, you go to the new mission, new chapter, next one here. You get 3 options to choose from, 3 missions to choose from. There we go, 2B, 2A, 2C. And then you play again, but this time you go to another sector. So your house will start in one of the other corners because you're going that way, or that way, or that way. So that's it, folks. This was my playthrough of Everything Lost. If you're interested in this game, check the link in the description below, and then you can find out more about this game. And well, if you like the playthrough, feel free to give a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, or at least of my hands in the future, well, I show my face sometimes as well, then you can subscribe if you want. And thank you for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did, and I hope to see you very soon. See you in the future. Bye bye.